Feeling good?
Oh, you put that thing on the floor.
You see how we do it here on Saturday. This is what it's You see how we do it here on Saturday. This is what it's
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch. Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
People even calling me, asking me about him, and I don't know him from a can of paint. He even mentioned my name, saying that I know. I know what I know. I don't know what he knows, but I do know this.
Something utterly unexpected just unfolded, and it has everyone buzzing. Jay-Z, usually the embodiment of calm, unshakable control, revealed a rare, raw moment of emotion. With no warning, no headlines, and no buildup, his usual armor slipped, exposing a deeply human side that left the crowd stunned. The question lingers, what could move a legend so steady to such a point? And what hidden story lies behind those iconic shades?
And it seems to make a lot of people upset, then a lot of people love my opinion. That's why you bring me on here. And I really appreciate that, brother. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. A black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you were one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bro, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years.
People are beginning to realize that Jay-Z's moment wasn't just a fleeting bad day. It was the weight of an entire lifetime finally breaking through. Growing up in the Marcy Projects leaves scars that neither success nor fortune can erase. No award or wealth can fully lift that past from your bones. Layer on the relentless pressure to survive, dominate, and stay at the top of one of the harshest industries in the world, and the mental strain becomes almost unimaginable. For years, subtle signals hinted that the flawless image wasn't as unshakable as it appeared. The expectations, the scrutiny, the burden of safeguarding a legacy that only grows heavier. Many saw the tense elevator incident with Solange as the first real crack in the glass, a rare glimpse behind closed doors. Beneath that calm, controlled exterior, a storm had been quietly building for years, waiting for the moment it could no longer be contained.
Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce, and I say that women do have
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap music with goddamn.
Now let's turn to Beyonce, because it's easy to assume that standing beside global royalty is effortless. But the truth is, the pressure is relentless. Being linked to a force like her means juggling 3 children, a worldwide empire, non-stop cameras, and a public that demands perfection every single day. This isn't a glamorous life. It's a high-wire act with zero margin for error. In this world, no one stops for your well-being. You're expected to remain unshakable at all times. Yet even icons carry weight. What we witnessed from Jay-Z may not have been weakness at all, but the inevitable breaking point of someone who's been holding far too much for far too long, with the past, the fame, and the expectations all colliding at once.
Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice, but it has a ring to it. Stand by your man, yeah. Whoops and disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who was
this.
Actually carrying his baby while you was faking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you and put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
So, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
I know nobody want to accept that bitch.
I think she
went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berkeley College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people.
And perhaps, just perhaps, this was the moment Jay-Z needed. Sometimes life pushes you to the edge before letting you rise with renewed clarity and strength. Behind those iconic sunglasses isn't just an image, it's years of pressure, responsibility, and experiences the world can never fully grasp. This wasn't a collapse. It felt more like a reset, a turning of the page, the opening of a new chapter that could change everything. One thing is certain. All eyes are now on what his next move will be.
Why the fuck did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird. The next day, within the week?
The next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. It's that right there. We're gonna talk about the episode, but for right now, I just got to get your take on when we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys
and get arrested immediately after because Jay-Z paid somebody up just so he couldn't have a good night. You Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo. Don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate you and AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a big me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Cause you ain't protecting you.
The moment Jay-Z's breakdown hit the internet, everything erupted. One spark was all it took to set the digital world ablaze. The clip spread like wildfire, and within minutes, the entire city was buzzing. Celebrities poured in with messages of support, from industry giants to longtime friends. Twitter spiraled, Instagram overflowed, and TikTok nearly broke trying to keep up. Some were stunned, others deeply moved, and a few skeptics insisted it was calculated. But theories didn't matter. One truth was undeniable. The world stopped to watch, and no one could look away.
Hey. Wow. Wow.
I'm going to tell everybody about Big L, Sean.
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And I want to talk about Big L on the stand.
Wow. What's your thoughts about Dame Dash?
Dame Dash got fucked over by somebody who was supposed to be his friend.
So this Big L is associated.
Big L is the one that put Jay-Z on.
Wow.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Wait, so this Big L person is not living on this earth no more?
He's been dead for years. His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live.
Whoa.
See how good I keep secrets, Sean?
You'd think Jay-Z's team would have jumped in the moment that clip went viral, ready to control the narrative. But when they finally spoke, it was the familiar, carefully measured statement about privacy and personal matters, polished, safe, and leaving everyone craving something real. Even in this heightened moment, the industry reacted instantly, as if the entire hip-hop world hit pause to show support. It felt like the culture itself closed ranks around someone long seen as untouchable. Watching a man known for unshakable composure suddenly appear human was surreal, like seeing a superhero reveal the weight beneath the armor. Some say it makes him more relatable, proof that even legends feel pressure. Others wonder if it dulls the edge that built his myth. Either way, one thing is clear: the story has shifted in a major way.
Now we're a little more educated because of the talk shows with Oprah that we went through, and Dr. Phil and stuff like that. Even Ricky Lake and all of that. We realized that it wasn't so cool messing with the underage young ladies. I never had an attraction for someone young. I always looked and had an attraction for older women, so I probably didn't have that problem. But then everybody that I fucked with did. Everybody. All of them. No names mentioned yet. But I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Y'all remember Fox Brown and Jay? Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better. Before that song came out, we used to hear it. I used to tell shit. I was like, ooh, that shit. Him and Mystical, those were two songs that were hot. That it took like a year before it got, well, I'll say to the West Coast. I don't know if they were beating it up on the East Coast. But on the West Coast, it took like a year before those songs came out. And then Nelly's song with the Lake St. Louis Ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say, Foxy was young then as well. And so, all of these the guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so, that's all I remember. That's all I think about, with the DeBarge and Janet Jackson situation. Hey, that's all I think about and I can remember about Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my wife's favorite artist. She loved the hell out of Aaliyah. It was a tragic how she died. Trying to rush back to get to Damon Dash on the plane. And what happened is the Bahamians let her fly out and their plane was overloaded or full. That's the one thing that I didn't like about when I traveled to our black countries like the Bahamas and Jamaica and all of them. The officials there, we used to have to bribe them $100 to make the rules fast, to let us in with the dogs that we didn't have properly cleaned, or to not search our bags or whatever, or to sneak away with a whole bunch of cigars and stuff like that. But in Mexico, one thing about the motherfucking Mexican authorities, that number used to be 5 G's, 5,000 and stuff like that. And I used to laugh. I was like, damn, black folks is easily bribable. They so cheap. They don't understand the value that they be having. But yeah, that's all I got on Aaliyah, really. It's a talent. That's another person that life was taken too soon. That was a talent. Wonder what she would be now. Her.
We're in a moment where real emotion hits harder than any beat. And perhaps this fictional breakdown from Jay-Z is the kind of honesty the world has been waiting for. He's weathered decades of pressure, conflict, public storms, and relentless expectations. But this feels different, heavier, profoundly personal in a way we've never seen. It landed like a shockwave, yet also feels like the first step toward a major transformation. And make no mistake, the story is far from over. The streets are buzzing with questions. Will Jay finally speak for himself? Will Beyonce break the silence? And in this imagined world, whispers hint that something big is already forming amid the chaos. Stay ready. The next chapter is coming fast, and no one will want to miss what happens next.
It was almost as if Michael Bivins was like having like PTSD from New Edition being a
days.
child star and said, I'm gonna find some real talented guys.
do this again.
And I'm gonna fuck them over worse
We
than
gonna
we
do this
did.
again.
So we can say it happened to somebody else.
That's PTSD for you. Like we're gonna make them relive it. Make them relive it. God damn.
Why would you do that to another artist?
Yeah.
Why would you sit there and say, man, we had the #1 record and we were still on food stamps, and then force your group to do that?
Hey man,
Why would you do that?
be your own people.
You want to know how fucked off it was for Big Mike at the end of his run before he had to leave Boyz II Men?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please.
Let me tell you how bad his finances had gotten after his wife ran through what lump sum of money they had on that god-awful soul food restaurant that lacked soul and promptness. 6 hours to get a turkey wing platter. 6 hours.
Yeah.
We used to call it opening to get it in time for dinner. Get your order in as soon as they open if you want to have it by 6. That was the joke around Voorhees.
Jeez.
Jill bought their house. She got it cheap. It would have been a $750,000 home back then, but they were forced to knock $250,000 off the top because of the structural damage. Apparently, they weren't able to take care of that home. It was riddled with termites. Said the only thing holding it up was the paint. They needed the money. So Jill squeezed. And they sold that house for very much more than $400,000 less what it was worth. And they broke even.
So,
Is it the way you hate me, baby? That was my cousin Alma that sang that.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. The apple don't fall far.
Oh, you don't want to diss me.
The apple don't fall far.
You don't want to diss me.
Yeah.
I know you. Bitch. Wait a second. Did you hear what I just said? Michael Bivins fucked over Boyz II Men. And when Big Mike got sick, apparently there wasn't enough money available to help them through their hard times.
That's how it goes.
They didn't even promote that soul food restaurant. I mean, I can understand why it was some nigga shit, but maybe if they had got some real help, maybe they could have hired somebody to come in and help manage it. But no, they had to be a self-ran.
Here's the real curveball. This moment isn't just about Jay-Z. It's sparking a much bigger conversation across hip-hop itself. For decades, the culture has been built on toughness, confidence, and unshakable swagger, a kind of armor artists learned to wear from day one. Yet beneath that bold exterior are real people carrying real weight. We've seen in both fiction and reality, artists open up about burnout, pressure, and the emotional cost of always performing strength. In this storyline, Jay-Z letting his guard down feels like that armor finally cracking. This isn't just celebrity drama, it's a cultural shift. Because when someone at his level shows vulnerability, it sends a powerful message. If a giant in this world can feel overwhelmed and reach for support, maybe it's okay for everyone else to do the same.
Jill Scott, who was also an artist and knew how bad that family was struggling and took that as an opportunity to get a very, very large scale home in a lovely, lovely white Jewish neighborhood for cheap.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
I mean, I'm just like, you could have said, I know you guys don't want to walk away from your home, but at least let me pay you full value because I got the money. And I want to see y'all be okay. She knew they were going to have to forfeit on that mortgage, and she squeezed. She was kinder to that damn dog.
Oh, man. Putter? What's his name?
Flutter, yeah.
Putter, yeah.
You gave the dog an idiot name and you wonder why he's shatting his shoe. The fuck is Flutter? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Oh, it's the sound his feet make. That's your fault, bitch. You named him nothing. How you gonna... Flutter, I used to hate that shit. And he hated kids. And he barked at people's feet. Like he was fucked up.
Oh, man.
I can see why Lizelle says she shouldn't make no babies.
Oh, man.
I mean, that was her husband.
So,
He should have known her best.
yeah, let me
She
say
wrote a whole
this.
song about it. It was a hit record. Want to hear it?
It's not for rich. Oh, shit.
Turn on a black radio station on Sunday where they sell bullshit all the time.
Jack, I want to ask.
Nothing progressive.
I have to say, most people that watch our interviews or your interviews as of late, the main question that comes up is, how does she know? Was she there? So
Yeah.
I want to do it like this. I'm gonna name some names.
Sure.
And I want to know, were you around them?
Sure.
I would like to start for what everybody knows is Jay-Z.
What about him?
Okay.
Both of them were with Mr. Carter. Ask me what you want to know and I'll answer what I can.
Let's just start with the base level. Business, personal.
Both.
Both.
And spiritual.
And spiritual. Okay.
We believe in the same power. We don't believe in appropriating it the same way.
Can I ask you this? For you, did you find joy in the business or pleasure? And when you answer that, I'm going to flip it on him. Do you feel he found joy in the business or pleasure part of that? Or spiritual?
He is the most shameful thing I've ever done. There is nothing that I experienced with that person that has not inspired shame except for Unplugged. That was the purest moment. For me, it was all done in love for music, love for all that was there, love for the culture. I hate the fact that we did it all for a culture vulture. For someone who never truly had the capacity to appreciate that moment in time, to steal it from the masses, to hide it, to cloak it. I put it up on Philadelphia last year when we launched. You know how many people came to the network to see that show that they never got to see? You know what's great about this year? I still got the footage.
There you go.
And in 1 week, Jay-Z Unplugged, the actual whole concert, from beginning to end, will be viewed and able to be viewed on realjack.com. Come and see the history. Come and see the power of that moment, the amazing things that we did with our bodies and our minds and our spirits There was not one person in that room that was not elevated that night. And everyone in.
Now let's step back and see the bigger picture. In this storyline, many view Jay-Z's moment as a true turning point, one strong enough to ripple through the entire industry. Perhaps this is when more rappers start shedding the untouchable image and finally speak honestly about the weight they've been carrying for years. Real change won't happen overnight. There's still a generation, especially among the old school, that sees openness as weakness and watches with skepticism. Even so, the shift is happening, slowly but undeniably. More people are beginning to recognize that mental health matters just as much as physical toughness. And if this fictional public moment helps push that truth deeper into the culture, then maybe, just maybe, it's the wake-up call hip-hop has been waiting for.